Hi, welcome to my channel and please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Today I bring a topic about China's contribution to maritime governments must live up to its words. Suspicion remains despite China amiable talk about safeguarding partners against security threats. While China's growing naval presence has garnered much attention, awareness about its global maritime governance model remains limited. President Xi Jinping has spoken about building a maritime community with a shared future as part of a vision for what he has called a community of common destiny. First set out in April 2019, he has emphasized the significant role oceans play in connecting nations and called for the adoption of a new concept of the comprehensive, cooperative, and sustainable security. Foreign Minister Wang Yi has sought to further define the features of this concept, stating the aim is not only to uphold the principle to the United Nations Charter but also to take a step forward in attaining the 14th Sustainable Development Goal. It is relating to the use of the oceans and marine resources. China defines ocean as the main artery of global supply chains and argues this shared future concept would further the idea of the blue economic partnerships. It is based on the principles of the inclusiveness, CO governance, maritime connectivity, and free trade. The concept is also includes echoes of complaints China has made in other contexts too, criticizing the formation of the cliques in the sea by certain nations, in which are cast as the hegemonic acts violating the legitimate interests and rights of other nations. This appears a clear reference to the Quad grouping and involving the United States, Japan, India, and Australia, which Beijing dupes as an Indo-Pacific NATO. China has declared it favors a dialogue and consultation based on maritime dispute resolution mechanisms such as the Declaration on the Conduct of Parties in the South China Sea. It is signed between China and the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, or ASEAN. But suspicions remain despite China's amiable talk about safeguarding partners against security threats, such as piracy, the degradation of marine environment, and also biodiversity or the effects of climate change. Overfishing and marine pollution. Foremost is that China is becoming increasingly assertive on the very oceans that it professes to be shared. Aiming to become a strong sea power, China's navy under He has rapidly developed through advanced weaponry and vessels as well as a greater focus on intensifying military preparedness in the near seas, such as regular patrolling in the East and South China Sea. Displays of military might close to Taiwan have also been prominent, along with the recent anti-submarine training. The declaration of the Code of Conduct too has failed to allay tensions left, let alone resolve the South China Sea dispute. Moreover, China has been criticized for preferring bilateral negotiation on maritime disputes rather than dealing with the multilateral organization. China's desire to export its governance and development models. It is particularly when invoking international public goods, has been read by Washington and its allies as a threat to existing international norms. The maritime community with a shared future concept also focuses on strict rules for treating nuclear waste, an issue on which Beijing has rigorously criticized Japan in the past. But these agreements do not render cooperation impossible. Addressing mutual concerns, also particularly related to the environment, will require partnerships. Beijing can contribute to the environmental conservation by sharing experience of successful domestic efforts in marine conservation, renewable energy, and also marine technology innovation, particularly in developing ultra deep water gas fields, which will help in the light of a growing global energy crunch. China's contribution to a global marine governance model must live up to the spirit it has invoked, that of a cooperative approach. Without trust, such concept will be simply read as a further expressions of the national interest over global good. Cherry Hitkari is a postgraduate student of East Asian Studies at University of Delhi, India. The article appears courtesy of the interpreter and may be found in its digital form here. I'm sorry. The opinions expressed herein are the authors and not necessarily those of the maritime executive. It is important to fulfill our promise to everyone. It's like China. China must be fulfill the promise to having a role in the maritime world organization, or they must have a role, because China has made a promise to having a good relationship in between countries around the world, and it is for the maritime process. Despite all the, despite all of the things that you know China and other country work for, but in this, China has making promise to all country to make a great partnership in maritime, because it is very important to know that maritime is the very great place of the kind of criminality, because it is in the sea and in the middle of sea and always be dangerous. So I think it is very important in each country to take hand in hand each other to protect the citizen from the piracy or for the crimes. So thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.